First off, I'd like to thank everybody and welcome everybody tonight to the second annual Armenians and Progressive Politics West Coast Conference. The Armenians and Progressive Politics Project is an initiative of the Central Committee of the Armenian Revolutionary Federation, Western Region. This project organizes forums that critically examine subjects pertinent to Armenians' political, social, and economic situation within a global context. These forums explore alternative ways of understanding Armenian issues besides the conventional, state-centered approaches, and examine how activists can build coalitions with other groups and progressive movements. The theme of this year's conference is economic justice, with the title of Overcoming the Capitalist Crisis. This two-day symposium hopes to critically analyze and explore the current global financial crisis and propose alternatives. I'd like to first invite to the stage Dr. Razmig Shirinian. Dr. Shirinian, who himself is a PhD in political science, has been instrumental in organizing this year's conference. Dr. Shirinian.
I'm going to take a few minutes of your time. I'm going to thank you all for coming here. And on behalf of the organizing committee, thank you for being here today and tomorrow. We are the organizing committee of the Armenian Revolutionary Federation, ARF, a political party that was founded in 1890, that's 119 years ago, in Tbilisi, Georgia. And our organization was founded upon revolutionary, nationalist, socialist, and democratic ideals. We are headquartered in Armenia, and we function in over 35 countries fighting for human rights and social justice. As you can see in the program, and Vache mentioned this, the central theme of this conference is the current economic turmoil. It aims to analyze the systemic crisis of capitalism, discuss the socio-economic conditions of the working class people, and explore ways of furthering alternatives and progressive campaigns. We would like to raise arguments and critically evaluate the free market economic policies and discuss possible alternatives. We have raised and discussed many questions among ourselves as we were organizing this conference. Questions such as, are the years of neoliberal triumph over? Do we still have a future for capitalism? What kind of future is that? What has been the impact of globalization without regulation? And does the current neoliberal crisis signal an end to laissez-faire capitalism? How have different countries and regions attempted to manage the transition to neoliberal capitalism, and what models have worked best to withstand the current economic upheaval? What will be the role of the state and political contestation in the transition to a new egalitarian socialist regime and in managing political stability and economic development? What we see in Armenia, for example, a policy that is in line with the dominant post-industrial liberal ideology of the West. Armenia's governments since 1991 have been coerced into adapting IMF and World Bank policies, hoping to modernize and liberalize its economy. In fact, the liberating trend has become an opportunity for the elite to prosper, and the influences of free trade privatization can easily be seen in the lucrative businesses and investments of the elite. It is not surprising to see this Armenian neoliberal elite in the name of normalizing relations with neighboring Turkey, agrees on protocols, establishing and developing relations, no doubt for the sole purpose of safeguarding its personal wealth at the expense of national interest and interest of the ordinary working people. I'm glad to, at this point, mention that we have invited an Assembly to address this economic crisis in Armenia and the current elite policies in the wake of this tragic Turkish-Armenian protocols. And that's going to be tomorrow. So, the point of this conference is to raise social and political awareness. This awareness is important because we constantly see around us in the US and globally thousands of workers being thrown out of work, millions finding themselves hungry in the midst of plenty of food, and millions are homeless in the midst of houses being repossessed. The picture is very depressive, in fact, at the global level, just considering the level of poverty in so many countries. Over the past decades, over the past few decades, neoliberal capitalism has institutionalized and inflicted this misery onto the world's population, at the same time contributing to a very small minority to become super rich. We realize that in this economic situation, new political and social confrontations arise, so we ask, what new responsibilities are important for us to confront if we are thinking about a healthy, social, and democratic society? How do we intervene for alternative solutions? How do we conceive the anti-capitalist transformation? I will just finish my part here by mentioning a slogan of the World Social Forum. It goes like, the rich should pay for the crisis, not the people. And I think that's a good and timely slogan for us to
thank our guests this evening. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank KPFK. KPFK, who is our media sponsor for this weekend's events. Actually, tonight we have in audience Michael Sanchez, the local election supervisor for KPFK. Tonight we will open this year's conference with a lecture from Michael Parenti. Michael Parenti is an author and political analyst. He received his PhD from Yale University in political science. His articles have appeared in several newspapers and magazines nationwide. Countless. He's also authored a number of books, including Democracy of the Few, The Assassination of Julius Caesar, Inventing Reality, The Politics of News Media, and most recently, Contrary Notions, the Michael Parenti Reader. Please also be on the lookout for his new book, which will be coming out soon, God and His Demons. Wow. This evening, Dr. Parenti will be presenting a lecture entitled Capitalism's Self-Inflicted Apocalypse. More information on Dr. Parenti's works and publications can be found on michaelparenti.org. Please welcome Dr.